so good. I remember days where it was like 24, 25 degrees outside.
Good morning, Scotty. It's Scotty and me on the bike, enjoying our morning. Scotty's probably having his coffee. What am I doing? I'm singing. It's just after 8 o'clock. Hope anyone that is joining this or after the fact is having a good day on the bike. Again, and my legs are so sore. I went for a huge ride yesterday, and I think it was about 20 k's in about 44 minutes. I think it was a bit of a record for me. So yeah, feeling good, feeling fit. How are you all out there? You can see a couple of people are starting to join in. And Scotty put out the promo, put out the teaser for the X-Way Wave competition. And I find it amazing. I saw you responded to this guy, but I can't find the link. Where do I enter? And it says coming Friday. So funny. Some things that happen on YouTube and people don't read or listen to, and it's a teaser, dude. Oh, well. So, today, vaccine. We'll get to the location in which we're riding very soon, but I woke up, read the news, and saw that there is a very high chance that we'll have a vaccine by the end of this year from Oxford. That one knob. That's right, there's a knob everywhere. Anyways, yeah, that there's a vaccine coming for COVID, which is great. Stage 3, they're up to in clinical trials. What's amazing is the amount of money it's going to cost, which I think, given the amount of rush and people and scientists and things like that have been working on this, $8 a swab or vaccine or whatever you want to call it per person ain't too bad. I think, if you can spend $8 to get back to life as we know it, give the whole of Australia the vaccine, which is going to cost $200 million to vaccine everyone. That's not too bad. That's pretty much the daily amount of money that the economy is losing. So it's a good thing. Hey, Mr. Danny Black, good to see you. Scotty and Danny on the bike, hopefully. Let us know what you're up to. And yeah, the timer is working. Let's get to where we're bike riding today. I'll get that cracking. Play. There we go. And bring it up for you. There we are. We're in Singapore today. There's a guy on a bike, but the actual camera is from somebody running. You can probably tell with the going on as well. I'm not getting no vaccine. I bet you will, Danny. I bet you will. As soon as all the Victorians start coming up to Queensland. I'm not on the bike, been having trouble getting up early enough to get to the gym. Are you working late, mate? What are you up to? It's just having one of those lull moments where you're just like, ugh, can't be bothered. So I bet you're all rugged up like Homer Simpson in bed. Sounds like the start of a zombie movie. Yeah, it certainly does. I've been to Singapore a couple of times now. My first time to Singapore was with the missus, actually. We spent a couple of days there. We stayed, funnily enough, I think it was called the Ridges, which is what's part of the controversy here in Melbourne with all the COVID breakout that happened in stage 2. Edit in late, but I'm going to the gym. Good boy. Get to that gym. Get it done. And we went and we went on the big, what would you call it? Eye. I think it's called the London Eye, but Singapore's got one. I can't remember what they call it. And we went up to the top of the big building with the ship on top of it. And had a look at all the people swimming that were staying there. Danny's been there, obviously, a few times. Yep. And you've stayed at that place, which is unbelievable. And you've been in that check. And you've been in that those swimming pools. And I've seen the spas that are positioned around the top of that ship-like structure. Pretty cool. Singapore Eye. Singapore Eye. Oh, that's a bit mean. Whoops. But yeah, this is a virtual run through Singapore. through Marina Bay, so we'll be getting to that. Marina Bay Sands, correct, Scotty Davies. So, yeah. So talking about the vaccine, $8 per amount, I guess you could call it, for each person is what it looks like it's going to cost. And the government, Australian government's going to cover it for every single person here in Australia. So you'd be stupid not to. It's just going to become one of those things that, like the flu vaccine, they'll constantly have to enhance and upgrade and make sure that, even though everyone gets the flu, we still have the flu shot. I don't know why, but they keep upgrading it, just like software or buses or whatever. Everything continually gets upgraded. So that's a good thing. Hopefully by the end of this year, there'll be a vaccine and we can get all the way back to normal life, or as much as normal wants it to be. And e-commerce has gone skyrocketing. It's up 4% since COVID started, and 4% doesn't sound like a lot, but it is. When you go from 14% e-commerce transactions around the world to 18%, that's huge. No worries, Emma. Had to wake up this morning. Yeah, I'm hoping you're right next to Mr. Danny Black there. Yeah, stayed at Marina Bay, didn't you, Danny? You lucky boy. There's that Singapore Eye. It's a pretty amazing structure. I haven't been along this part of it though. This must be coming towards Marina Bay, which is quite lovely. So $8 per person. Now that's just for the liquid. That's for the actual vaccine, right? But then you've got to manufacture them into syringes, which would happen at our Broadmeadows factory. Not ours, not mine, but the Victorian medical factory, or whatever I don't know what you call it. And that's going to cost some money. And then you've got swabs, and then you've got someone that has to be paid to inject you. So it might get up to about the $15 mark, which is the average flu vaccine cost anyway. I love the meme of the Omish. How come COVID hasn't? Yeah, because we don't have TVs. If you don't know about it, it probably doesn't affect you. Move on. Now you can see there on the right hand side, they're probably, as part of this video, this was April 24, 2018, which does kind of become in line with when Singapore has the Formula One. So you can see all those lights up there. I think the Formula One for Singapore is at night time. And there'd be all the grandstands that they've been either building or dismantling. Oh, that's pretty cool. Up top right, there's a map. You can see we're going straight, then we'll go through, and it's pretty cool. Doing 7 miles an hour while we're running. Scotty, we went there when it first opened, and the queue to check in was 4 hours long. Facebook had just started, and I posted I was not happy when we got to check out. They upgraded us. No way. They're watching. That's amazing, Scotty. So did you stay at the Marina Bay Sands? That's insane. I remember when I walked into the lobby there, it's just this like huge lobby. I had no idea where they were checking out. I think it's maybe on the left-hand side if you're going away from the city. So yeah, wow, lucky you. And I bet the apartment was nice, or the what do they call them? The hotel room. There it is on the right there. That is the Marina Bay Sands with that huge kind of ship structure. You can just out of camera there. 6-bedroom. I hope you got a whole bunch of that on video. 6-bathroom. Yeah, why wouldn't you have filmed that? You better have filmed that, and you better bring it back onto your YouTube channel. That'd be pretty amazing. That's one thing we really should do too. There's a whole bunch of electric skateboarders in Singapore. Scotty, when you're up for it, we should go on a trip and go and ride some of these places. This place was insane to ride too. I did that with Mr. Jeremy Bogan 2 and a bit years ago, I think it was. Yeah, pretty amazing times. We caught up with some of the Singapore e-skating people and did some filming for what was back then the Jed board that was almost meant to be finished. So yeah, time flies when you're having fun. That's incredible. So I see he's coming from the back way, basically. We've got to go over that bridge if he wants to get over to that Marina Bay Sands. What's with the cloud formation up there too? It's pretty amazing. It's like those clouds are going towards the bay there. I know exactly where that is now. So he's probably going to go, I think, under the bridge and then up and wrap around it. Emma's, yeah, we've walked over that bridge too. It's very wide. I've actually ridden over that bridge. And as I was going over the bridge, this is another crazy moment in life. I noticed one of the guys that I went to uni with, and I pulled over and like, I can't remember his name, it was like Dave or something. I'm like, Dave? He's like, Jay? I'm like, what the hell are you doing here? It's amazing how you could be almost on the other side of the world and there's people there that you know, and just a little check-in on Facebook and all these people pop up saying, oh, I live here, you should come say hi. So I love that. I've been loads of times, saw the Foo Fighters and the Formula One. Gee, Scotty, you're living the life. That's insane, that's so good. There's a guy running in his thongs, or his pluggers, or his sandals. What else do we call thongs? Sandals, yeah. Flip-flops. All paid for by work, nice. Who would have thought coffee would get you places? Who would have thought websites would get you places? Who would have thought a guitar for Danny would get you places, or hula hoops? But that's it. We're doing what we love and having a good time doing it. You think you saw electric scooters for the first time in Singapore, Emma? Singapore. I was on my scooter yesterday. We did something a bit naughty yesterday. One of our good friends only lives like 900 meters from our house, and it was their girl's second birthday, and we had 3 presents for her. So we loaded up the pram with presents, and obviously with our little girl, and there was no space for Darcy, our 4-year-old boy. So I got on the scooter, scooted him up, and they left earlier, and by the time I got there with him, they got there, because it's a huge hill that you have to go up to get to their place. There's no way Darcy, you're my boy too, Danny. There's no way, I thought he'd go under the bridge. There's no way he would have gone up that hill walking. He would have cracked it and would have been a pain in the bum. But he got on the front of my scooter, the Mirth scooter, and powered it up the hill. And it was a lot of fun. And then I had to come back very quickly for a 4 o'clock meeting. But they kind of put the presents down on the ground and walked off. And then our friends went and got the presents and unopened it at a distance. It's bizarre. We're doing what we can, keep everybody happy and show that we appreciate our friends and stuff. You my boy Blue. You my boy Blue. Oh, look at all this. It looks like maybe Chinese New Year is being set up as well, or some kind of festival. Ooh, he just went through the barricades. Everyone is. Look, that guy looks like he's struggling. It's good to see everybody out and about exercising and on their phones. That's cool. Look at that thing on the right hand side. You're my boy Blue. I'm trying to remember what Will Ferrell movie that's off. You're my boy Blue. I think I've got it. You can dodge your wrench. You can dodge your dodgeball. You're my boy Blue. No, it wasn't actually. Old School. Yeah, it was Old School. Frank the Tank. Frank the Tank. Ah, so good. Idiot. I love Will Ferrell also in Wedding Crashers at the very end. Mom! What was it? Tuna? What was he asking for? Oh, meatloaf! Mom! Meatloaf! And he's at that funeral and he's like crying with those 2 hot girls and he's like, I never want to do that face on camera again. Oh, thank God it wasn't a big camera view of me just then too. But so he looks like he's not going over the walk bridge. I'm just looking on the map. He's going straight past Marina Bay. But I remember skateboarding along here, and I think we've gone past already that big lion with the water coming out of it. That's just back on the left-hand side there. This is more going towards the main city area. There's some amazing restaurants in here too. Actually, Jeremy took us to. I can't remember what they were called, but they had like fried ice cream. They had Big Mac fried rice. So it was all the ingredients of a Big Mac with rice. It was actually really, really good. Where else did we go? We went to this really cool, famous restaurant that you just tell him like what you like. Like, I like fried chicken, I like this, I like that. What kind of taste, and he brings out all this amazing stuff and it suits exactly what you're after. We're having all the beers and everything, and it was a good moment. It was a really good moment. That's when I thought, Jeremy was doing amazing things for Jed Boards, and he was coming down and repping at one of the electric, what was it called? TGE something like that. But yeah, don't know what's going on with that business. Nobody knows. I don't even think the people in the business know what's going on. But yeah, Will Ferrell's cameos, he's amazing. I loved him in that skating movie as well, ice skating, where they do this in one of the acts. So damn good. So yeah, hopefully the vaccine comes out soon. Then we can all get back to normal. I mean, Brisbane's back to normal, but Sydney looks like he might be ramping up. There's another hotel case of isolation or whatever it is, international flights coming in. Seems to be a bit of a blaze of glory. Thank you, Danny. That seems to be a bit of an issue. And Adelaide's got a couple of COVID cases too. Geez, we've got some viewers at the moment. There's 9 of you. Who else is here? Wow. So yeah, just if in case you are just stumbling across this channel, whoever has mentioned this, thank you very much. But we do this daily, 8 o'clock in the morning Melbourne time. And we are half an hour bike riding virtually. So we put a screen up and we pretend we're riding, which means if you're at home, you can ride as well and listen to an Aussie idiot talk about whatever. And at the moment we're talking about Will Ferrell movies. What is your favourite Will Ferrell movie, do you think? I mean, what's it called? Step Brothers has got to be up there. It's one of those amazing where he puts his balls on his brother's drum set. Why it goes so sweaty? Watching Carps. So damn good. So damn good. So yeah, we're going into the first part of the major area of the CBD of Singapore. Ooh, I didn't see this tunnel when I was there. That's pretty cool. This bike tunnel. Morning, Mr. Exchange. Hope you're having a great morning. Eurovision is very funny. Yeah. I actually haven't seen that movie. I've seen the trailer. But just got to get around to it. We started watching Dirty John last night, Netflix TV show. That's got Eric Banner in it. He's a bit of a weirdo. And we've watched the first episode. But that's as far as we've got so far. Are you guys related? Probably not. And there's a send-up of COVID through the Step Brothers dinner table. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but that's pretty funny. Wow, this kind of looks a bit British, this bridge, doesn't it? What a great view. Nice crisp morning. Speed 7. 7 miles, that is. He's done 1.8 miles. Let's find out. Hang on. Am I pressing the right button here? No. What's 8.8 miles in kilometres? What? No. She said 8.8. What I did. What's 1.8 miles in kilometres? I got rid of it. Who cares? It's about 3 k's from what I understand. It's very beautiful along here. You'll probably find 2 or more of the local Singapore people will be, bike riding, exercising, all that kind of stuff around here. The touristy hotspot is obviously Marina Bay Sands and Marina Bay itself. And all the major shopping centre there. They've got this thing in that shopping centre. It's like a water wool pool. And it's like a plastic cup, huge bowl basically. There's a little hole at the bottom and they create all these amazing water features and stuff. I remember drinking so many Singapore Slings over there. Yeah. Did you go to Raffles? Go and check it out. Singapore Sling in Raffles is like 18 Australian dollars. For those that are wondering what a Singapore Sling is, it's nothing dirty. It's a drink. It's an alcoholic drink. I love how open and vast Singapore is. It's now very much a English-speaking country. Everywhere I went felt comfortable. The trains are insane. They're all automated. There's no train driver. Everything's on time. Look at that. All pristine parklands, gardens. It's one thing I think they pride themselves on is their cleanliness. I think he's going through... Yeah, he is. He's done like a little circuit and he's coming back underneath that roadway again. What? $35? No, 18. Mum paid 35. Wow. I remember even the top of the Marina Bay Sands, there's a restaurant up there and we sat down, Soph and I, when we were there, and we ordered a couple of glasses of white wine just to watch the sunset, overlooking the CBD, and yeah, $18 each, what's 36 Australian dollars plus tip. So it's like $40 just to sit there, which again, you're never going to do it again, which is fine. And you're probably paying more for the view than you are for the wine. I always thought about that too. How much would it actually cost someone to bring that wine from wherever it was made? Let's say we ordered an Australian wine from Adelaide. Most of the best wines in Australia are made in Adelaide. To get that shipped across to Singapore, to get it driven to that hotel, up the lift, into a refrigerator, to chill it enough that I'm not going to complain, put it in a glass so I can drink it. It's just amazing. And yeah, everything's obviously done in bulk, but you've got to think of those logistics sometimes. Emma's video. Oh, cool. There's a Singapore video there. Go check it out. And it's also like for shopping centres, supermarkets. You buy a box of, or a packet of Tim Tams, for instance, right? A packet of Tim Tams you can get on sale for about $2. To manufacture that, for someone to have designed the packaging and created that and have the ingredients for it, mix it all up and make it into something, and then get it shipped to that supermarket, put it on a shelf. Someone has to put it on the shelf. Then you have to pick it up. You have to scan it with some technology. It's $2. So, yes, economies of scale and all that kind of stuff come into play, but it's pretty amazing that we're so lucky to be able to just go up to a supermarket, choose what we want, everything's there, it's not too bad in price. Anyway, I think about these weird things all the time. Geez, that's an amazingly beautiful city, isn't it? More and more people out in this area. People trying to run probably stay away from it. There it is, there's that big lion's head or tiger's head. Who knows what it's called? And that's probably why there's a lot of people around. Imagine that morning view, getting a great shot, great photo of that. Pretty amazing. Merlion? Thanks, Czech. Merlion. Should be the Muirlion, as in Scotty Muir. Beautiful. It was under construction when we were there. What did it look like, Danny? I bet there was all this like bamboo and stuff up around it. They're probably carving it out by hand. Half mermaid, half lion. Oh, like merman. What's merman of? There's a question for you. Merman. I'm gonna sneeze in a second, people. Oh, jeez. I noticed I was getting the sniffles last night. I think it's... Yes! Danny Black, you're correct. Zoolander. Look at all those selfie sticks. That would have been a good shot, actually. That would have been looking back towards the Marina Bay Sands. All these restaurants. Sat in there and had a beer, had some fried chicken. I remember 2.5 years ago. It kind of reminds me of like South Bank or maybe even New Quay Docklands here in Melbourne. All these restaurants are there. During the morning, it's dead. In the afternoon, if it's a beautiful day, they're packed. What camera was that filmed on? Ah, Scotty's got it open in a new tab. That's probably Emma's video. Oh, so good. So if you are watching and you're not quite sure what's going on, every morning, 8 o'clock Melbourne time, this goes for half an hour. It might encourage you to do your own biking, running, whatever. You can have me on in your head, on your ear, or watching on your TV screen from home. Flattening the curve. It's got two connotations, I guess. It's obviously flattening your curves, your sideburns, your boobs, whatever it is that you want to flatten off, but also obviously during the COVID period where we're stuck indoors a little bit, we can at least exercise together and have a chat about whatever. Boston buns. Yeah, I should have called it Boston's buns. I've still got them. My love buns, my booby buns, my bum buns. It is the other name. That should be flattening curve with Boston buns. I'm glad to see some more fresh faces in here. I'm glad to see Mr. Exchange still watching. That's really cool. It was just a GoPro 7. My sister, her nickname at where she used to work was Boston Buns. She used to work at a restaurant for a long time. It's closed now. It was called... can't remember anymore. But it was Southeast. I used to work at the cinema across from her, and she'd be working in the restaurant. Good times. 10 likes, really? 9 likes I've got on mine. Let's make it to 10. Let's go. How long have we got? 27:35. I've got my glasses on today so I can read all your comments. I can see what's going on. Beautiful. Look at all this. Even the back of the shops are amazing. I just love Singapore's cleanliness. I remember getting a coffee. I think it was a $5.50 Australian for a small coffee. Things are expensive, but look, you're living in a place that's probably very healthy, and you know you get paid pretty well there. I'm sure if you've got a good tech business or running your own business or whatever. There, 10 on yours. Oh yeah, there it goes. Got to the 10. Fantastic. Woo! Legs are feeling much better now. They were so achy before. Sometimes you just got to ride through the pain, get through the pain. We take our own machine. We take our own machine. Is that a quote? Mine's 11 now. Let's see how long it takes for me to get... There it is! 11. So I'm delayed by, again, around the 4 second mark. That's really cool. I think this is the most views we've ever had on the stream as it came across. So make sure you do subscribe and follow along. It's a lot of good fun. Coffee machine. Yeah. You take your own coffee machine when you go travelling. What, one of those little mini espresso machines or something. That's interesting. At least you can get up and have a decent coffee, not having to do any of that crappy bloody... I like my... Hey, someone's taken over. You don't have to do any of that plunger kind of crap. Any of that instant coffee that comes in the hotels. So how much... What percentage of your bag does that take... Oh, look at that view. What percentage of your bag does that coffee machine take up? How important is it to you, Scotty? Oh, good idea, Emma. We've got a bit of rivalry going on here. I like to support the locals and buy the local coffee. Boom! It's hard when it's so expensive too. And it depends. I reckon Scotty, 20% including the coffee. That's a lot of space. That's a lot of responsibility there. You've got to make sure you take the right power outlets too. If you get over there with an Aussie power outlet and you're trying to plug it into a Singapore wall, you'd be like, no! And you go and try and find a bloody outlet and it might cost you $20 or something. But I'd imagine Scotty, working for a coffee company, is probably smashing 5 or 6 coffees a day. Probably lives on the stuff. That makes a lot of sense. Oh, 30 minutes is up. Damn, I was really enjoying that. I hope everybody had a good... where are we? There we are. Hope everybody had a great time this morning. I didn't think I was going to be motivated or anything, but you guys got me through. Appreciate all the watching. First sip pays for itself. Sounds like Daryl Kerrigan. Alright, let's see how long it takes you to tell me which TV movie... I know it was a movie. Which movie that was off, and then we'll get out of here. Who's it going to be? I want to see a stream like this at 6 PM. Could do that. Maybe the next couple of days I'll let you know in advance. It won't be the morning, it'll be the night. The Castle, Scotty Davies. Jeez, trivia is up with you, mate. You're doing very well with that. Alright, I'm slowing down. I've finished. Again, hope everyone has a great day. See you back here tomorrow. It is pouring with rain, I can hear it. Do something that makes you happy today. See you guys soon. Bye.